Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Shulchan Aruch, Siman Kufman Daled, Hilchas Kibud Rabba V'Zakin V'Talmid Chacham V'Kohein. Chapter 144, Honor due to Rebbe, the aged, the scholar, and the Kohein. Chayev Adam B'Chvod Rabba V'Yosa Yoseh Mibshel Aviv, Ki Aviv Hiviu L'Chayei Ha'olam Hazeh, Rabba Meviu L'Chayei Ha'olam Haba. You must honor and fear your Rebbe, teacher, more than your father, because your father only brought you life in this world, but your Rebbe brings you life in the world to come. Number 2, it is written in the presence of the elderly, you shall rise and you shall respect an elder. And that's from Leviticus 19:32. An elder in this context refers to a Torah scholar, as it is written, gather to me 70 men from the elders of Israel, in Numbers 11:16, and there certainly the situation calls for wisdom, as it is written, whom you know to be the elder of the people and its officers. Therefore, it is a positive commandment to rise before a Torah scholar who is distinguished in the knowledge of Torah, even if he is not advanced in years and is not your teacher. It is also mitzvah to rise before an elderly person if he is at least 70 years old, even if he is an ignorant person, provided he is not a wicked person. Even an elderly person who is not Jewish, you should talk respectfully and give him a helping hand. Number 3, when 3 people, one of whom is a Rav, are walking together, the Rav should walk in the middle. The other 2 should fall slightly back, but slightly, and walk at his side. The older one on the right and the younger one on the left. Number 4, it's a grave sin to humiliate Talmidei Chachamim or to hate them. Jerusalem was not destroyed until they began to humiliate Talmidei Chachamim, as it is said, but they mocked the messages of God and disgraced his words and scoffed at his prophets. In Chronicles 2:36-16. That is to say, they humiliated those who teach his words. This is also what the Torah says, and if you will despise my statutes, Leviticus 26:15, that is to say, if you despise those who teach my statutes, and anyone who humiliates the Torah scholars has no portion in the world to come, and he is included among those whom it is said, for he denigrated the word of Adonai. It is forbidden to make servile use of one who studies Torah laws, and certainly not to do so to a student of the Talmud, and said from the Ramah 243:6. Number 5, if a Torah scholar has merchandise to sell, we do not permit anyone to sell such merchandise until he sells his merchandise. This is true only when there is no Gentile selling such merchandise. But if a Gentile is selling such merchandise, it is not so, because the Torah scholar will not profit from this, and it will needly cause loss to the other Jews. Number 6, to be accepted as a Torah scholar in his generation, even he is not as great as scholars in other cities, because we go according to the level of the scholars in his city, and that's in the Shach 243:8. One must be competent to discuss and debate topics of the written and old Torah, and have proper understanding of most of the Talmud and codes of law. And Torah study is his main occupation. Even if he has a profession or a business with which to support himself and provide the needs of his family, but not necessarily to amass wealth, and whenever he is free from his occupation, he studies Torah. If all the requirements apply to him, then according to the law, he is exempt from all forms of taxes and levies, even if he is wealthy. And even the personal taxes that come upon each and every person, the town is obligated to pay for him. However, everything is dependent on the discretion of the elected town leaders. If he is accepted Rosh Yeshiva, Halachic authority, etc., he is exempt regardless of what the elected town leaders say, and that's in the Knesset. Yizkiel responds at 95. Number 7, a scholar who slights the mitzvahs and is not God-fearing is to be treated like the insignificant men of the community. Number 8, when a Kohen and an Israelite are equal in Torah scholarship, it is a positive scriptural mitzvah to give precedence to the Kohen, as it is said, you should sanctify him. Leviticus 21:8, and our Rabbi's blessed memory explains that it refers to all matters of sanctity. Then in all matters of importance he should be sanctified. He is to be called first to the Torah reading, and to be the first speaker at all public gatherings, and the first to speak and expound on the Torah. He should also speak first in the yeshiva. Also at a meal, he is first to say the bracha of Hamotzi and to lead the Birkas Hamazon. He should be given the choice portion before the others who are dining, unless an Israelite is present who is greater than him in Torah learning, in which case you should give the scholar the choice portion. If they are both Torah scholars, but the Israelite is a greater scholar, it's proper to honor the Kohen. The Mishnah Berurah 201:12. But when a Kohen divides a partnership with his friend, an Israelite, the Israelite need not give him the better share, for it's not honorable for the Kohen to take the better share. For one who covets the better share will never see a sign of blessing. When a Kohen is not present, it is best to give preference to a Levi before an Israelite in all things mentioned here, if they equal in Torah scholarship. Number 9, it is forbidden to make surah use of a Kohen. This applies even in our time, and it is like taking or wanted benefit of a sacred object, as it is said, you shall sanctify him, for he offers the bread of your God. And even now, though we have no sacrifices, he retains his sanctity. If the Kohen wants to forego the honors due to him, he may do so for the kahuna in his possession, and may forego his honors, and permit Israel to use him as a servant. As for the Mishnah 128-175 maintains that you should be careful to follow the opinion of the Tats, that this is not permitted unless the Kohen derives a benefit from serving you. And certainly he may give the Israel the honor preceding him in the aforementioned matters. Thank you for listening, and all the best. Bye.